Hey everyone, I am on the hunt for some Green Giant Arborvitaes. I am at Home Depot at the moment, and I found some. They are pretty cheap. These are about 4.5 feet tall. They're only $29.98. I'm gonna take a look around at another home or a big box store though. I'm gonna go to Lowe's right now, and I'm gonna check one of my local garden centers where I got the Thin Man, and I'll explain to you why I am on the hunt for these later on in the video. But this is a great time to shop for these kinds of plants because you can still get them in the ground, and a lot of places are having sales. Now these are not on sale, but $29.98 is a great price. So let's go check out some more. Okay, we are at Lowe's now, and they're much more expensive. So, Green Giant Arbs, $43.98, and these are only about 3.5 feet tall. So I think, they do have bigger ones for $60. I just don't know if I need to pay that much more for something that's going to grow in really quickly anyway. See, these are $60, and they're about 4.5. I think I'd rather pay $29.99 and get something that's almost as big. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll go back to Home Depot. And also at Lowe's, they do have Green Giants for $29.98. I don't know if that's focusing on that, but they're about half the size of the ones at Home Depot. So, like I said, we're going to go back to Home Depot and get those, and my husband will get an additional 10% off because he's a veteran. So I think that's the way to go. Although at both places they really have some nice stuff. If you're looking for any kind of evergreen to plant at this time of the year, both places have some really nice specimens. Even some Christmas stuff out already. Hey everyone, so we did buy the arbs, got them home. They're still in the back of the car. They really need to be watered, but I'm going to show them to you. And we're hoping to get them in rather quickly. It's early November now, so I don't really want to wait much longer to get these into the ground. So let me turn you around and I'll show you what they look like, because they are seriously dry. So I'm going to bring them around back, get them really well watered. I think they'll be fine to stay outside tonight. Now our 20-degree days are over, at least for now. So I'll pick you up in the back. Here they are. You can see them, what they look like out of the pot. I'm just getting them well watered in. I am not filming with my gimbal at the moment, just my phone, so this is probably going to look funky on YouTube. But just wanted to show you what they look like. They are out of the pot. They're probably going to be about 4.5 feet tall. The backbone, so to speak, of a new bed. And once I can get out here earlier in the day, it's getting close to sunset, I will film that bit and show you what my plans are for a part of the property you probably haven't seen in the past. Okay, this is the area of the property where we are going to be planting the 4 Green Giant Arbs. You can see the property stake right there. So from there over to that huge spruce tree, we're going to create a border in front of the stake, because my long-term goal is to have a fence go directly across the property line from the property stake here all the way over to meet up with my neighbor's fence. Not a privacy fence, just a 3-bar white vinyl fence that I think would provide a nice structure up here. To do the planting bed in front of the fence. We might be going about things a little bit backwards, but I saw the arbs and I wanted them, and I want a little bit of screening up here. The fence can be installed at any time. So we have some things up here that will be moving in the spring. We have a magnolia. We had a bunch of stuff, just a pile of junk, really. It was up here. It was my neighbor's shed when the property was sold. And so you can see there's a lot of drainage rock, what you would expect for the base of a shed. This tulip poplar kind of popped up on its own. We'll be moving that one to somewhere in the woods where we can just plant it way back on the property and let it do its thing, because tulip poplar can get pretty big. So here's the magnolia that's going to move in the spring up to You can see where our fallen leaves are. We're trying to create some mulch for ourselves for up in this area. But the magnolia will go over there. Right in front of that pile is a pinky winky hydrangea that we will move over to this new bed we're creating. It's actually not going to be a bed. We're just going to be planting stuff in the grass. We don't want to create more maintenance for ourselves up here by making a mulched bed. There's a red bud. There's 2 dogwoods over here. Just the straight natives. Dogwood there. Dogwood there. I haven't decided if I want to keep these here yet or not, or move them over to replace some of the ash trees around those crab apples. There's a buckeye here. This is a red buckeye that will get moved over as well. But here's the spruce tree. I think there's 2 of them. Of my neighbors. Our property line is buried in there somewhere. But the arbs will kind of form a loose border along the edge of the property here with a maple and the pinky winky hydrangeas. We have some miscanthus grasses we want to transplant. They could come up here. So it'll be a little bit of a screen. And I have a picture that I got inspiration from for this bed. So I'll show you that when we get back into the house. My husband's just placing the arbs right now. Again, we're placing them pretty far apart. This is not going to be a tight screen. It's just going to be a loose border. They're probably about 15 feet from each other, which is perfect. In the middle, we'll go probably, then we'll have 1 maple up here, maybe, in between the 2 arbs in the middle. And I'll tell you and show you I'll tell you which maple and show you a picture that I'm thinking about for there. But for right now, I'm just going to get these in the ground, see how they look, and focus on some of the other stuff probably in the spring. Just got the one in, filling the hole in now. It turned out to be a really nice day. I guess it's about 2:30, 3 o'clock, and it was cloudy up until about a half an hour ago. So that's about as tall as I am. So that's 5 feet tall. Now it's not full at the top, but considering how fast these things grow, I suspect next year they'll probably put a couple of feet on, if not more. So just going right down the line. Working on getting the final Green Giant Arborvitae in now. Just walking you over here to see what it looks like from this direction. Maple will go in the middle. Here's the red bud. There is little native dogwood there and a native dogwood there. This one I feel like will come forward a little bit, probably to right about where I'm standing, and then we'll be creating another privacy bed in front of this fence, kind of like my neighbors over there. I really like those. There's cryptomeria, there's some blue spruces, a Leland cypress. Now I will choose Green Giant and the cryptomeria. Blue spruces have just way too many issues around here anymore, unfortunately, because they are beautiful trees, and I don't really want to have a lot more trees sprayed on our property than we already have sprayed. But the point will be to have a bit of a privacy hedge in front of the fence as well, because I don't know if you can tell, but up here the fence post, even though it's a 4x4, it's really big, is broken, probably because my neighbors over there do not take care of their trees and a large branch fell on it. I don't ever see that getting fixed. If that part of the fence falls, then we're going to have an opening there. You know, it is what it is. Not everybody has the same priorities. So I am preparing for the eventuality that we are going to have an opening in that fence. Hey everyone, it's several days later. I'm just going to take a quick walk up to Crazy Blue Jays, Green Giant Arbs one more time, and give you another shot and kind of explain why I am so happy and excited about plunking 4 really kind of small Green Giant Arbs into an area of the yard that's so far from our house. If any of you have been around for a while and watched my previous videos, you've heard me mention dry creek beds, rain gardens, all kinds of stormwater management implementations we've had to do on my yard because we are on a slope. We have serious runoff from 2 houses in particular above us and the houses on the other side of us. And so much of our budget has had to be used to implement the word I'm looking for, corrections for those problems. So although we've been able to have professional landscapers out to do some stuff for us, like install a nice patio and a fireplace, a nice picket fence to create a nice garden inside that fence, 2 retaining walls, although the retaining walls were part of the stormwater management program, we've had to spend a lot of our resources in correcting runoff issues. So I feel like my yard does not look as professional as I would like it to. The top of the property here is kind of like the only place where I really feel like I can start from scratch and do what I want instead of what I need. So that's why I'm so excited about just getting these trees into the ground. I'm going to turn around and show them to you one more time and explain a little bit more about what else we're going to plant up here. So here they are. You can see them again. They are 5 feet tall for the most part. And again, Green Giant Arbs are very, very fast growers. It's going to get a lot of sun up here, so I think they're going to take off pretty quickly next year. Behind them, so we left 6 feet from the property line to the arbs. I would like to get just a white vinyl fence and do some more plantings up here. Some pinky winky hydrangeas I told you about we can have moved. One of them is right here. This kind of has just been sitting up here in a holding location probably 2 or 3 years. So this pinky winky arb will get moved. We also have another one in front of the deck that I feel like is too big for that location. That will get moved up here. We have 4 miscanthus grasses that we're going to move up here. And just create an area up here that's going to be really private. You know, not private as in the area around the arbs is going to be an entirely green wall. It's just going to be enough of a screen so that eventually we can have up here a seating area or an area we can just come and not constantly be overlooked. Now, obviously, you can see the houses above us much more clearly now that the foliage is gone. It's almost mid-November. So those are the 2 houses that we get most of the runoff from, and we've lost a lot of trees up here due to the emerald ash borer problem. You can see we've replanted some trees. It'll take a while for them to get big. We had 4 eastern white pines put in. I would have loved to have extended the eastern white pines all the way over to the property line. Unfortunately, though, those really tall trees in the background there are black walnuts, and eastern white pines would not grow near black walnuts. So, and again, back here was seeded as a meadow. There are some meadow flowers germinating, not a lot, unfortunately. But I just feel like up here, and I don't even know how big this is. Like, is it 1/4 of an acre? I know from the property stake over, I showed you this in a previous clip, but from the property stake right here over to my neighbor's fence is 100 feet. So if we come over to our seating area over here, it's probably like 120 feet long by, I don't know, 40 feet wide. Now that's just counting from the edge of the woods to the property stake right there. It's not counting back in the woods, because again, that's not really something I ever really envisioned I would have to landscape, but we are having to because of the loss of screening. So again, I just feel like this area up here is an part of my property where I can just take it and run with it, and I don't have to worry about any kind of, oh, we have to drop French drains in, we have to put dried creek beds, we have to put this, that, or the other thing that would take resources away from creating a really beautiful space up here. So I just wanted to share that with you. I hope you enjoyed the video, and stay tuned for more updates on my ever expanding garden beds, even up here, because I do have some more plans for up in the woods. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.